Hello, and I'm back for some Banter Blitz after a little delay. I'm sure most of you guys know the drill already. Gotta go premium to play. And then I'll be accepting challenges for a while, usually. Usually between an hour and 2 hours. Obviously today, seeing as the first semifinals is going to start pretty soon, I'm gonna So I'm going to go rook fc1 b4. It was going to go b5, I think. Wasn't sure whether his knight would just land on c4 via b6. So I'm making a waiting move. And yeah, now that his rook has moved from the a file, I'm going to go b4. Obviously, if queen b4, rook b1, I'm gonna regain the pawn on b7. I'm pretty happy, so he goes h6 instead. Making good for the king, but not really, because the bishop on d3 is still eyeing the h7 square. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, that one. So yeah, I'm just going to go a b5 and then rook a6. Yeah, usually you would want to play g6, I think, in these positions as black instead of h6. It might seem counterintuitive to put the pawns on the same square as the bishop, because you're kind of taught not to do that. But I think in this case, it's still pretty far from the ending, and it's more important to protect the king, and also yeah, you should probably have gone should probably have gone queen b7, then I would have had to retreat the rook. And now I'm not so worried about the knight on c4, since I have the a file and I can sort of play around it, and my knights also have some decent squares on e5 and f4. But my opponent is certainly playing very solidly. There are very few weaknesses in his position, but it might become a little bit passive. That's the only worry. Knight f4 now. Okay, yeah, that's a good move. Hitting the pawn on b4. I'm gonna go. What am I gonna do? Queen b1, bishop f5. Doesn't look that great. Okay, I'm gonna. Am I? Yeah, I'm gonna try and simplify a bit. I didn't like that move, queen d6. I don't think this is too great. Queen b4, knight e4 is the idea. But I felt like I had to Had to do something. Bishop d5 is a decent move now. Probably have to take on c4. Yeah, bc4. Oh, bishop c4. I'm pretty happy to see. Where should I go? a5 maybe. Now I sort of have the feeling that my knight could be pretty strong. Yeah, still there was nothing particular since the bishop is defending f7, which could have been a theme in some lines. I think I'm just going to go g4. I don't think he has time to get to this knight, and square on f6 is a big factor. Still not easy though. Okay, I want to double on the 7th, so rook d7. Can't take it obviously because of knight f6. Also ideas like queen b6, queen c5. Oh, that's a rook blunder. Okay, yeah, no rematch unfortunately. But good game. What can I say? I definitely didn't have much there before like the very end. Let me try and play Oli chess. Apparently I played Oli chess before. Yeah, that's a problem. I'm usually trying to play people I haven't played before, but I'm misremembering at some point. So I'm trying this knight c6, which I tried without much success in the Invitational against both Nepomniachtchi and Ding. But let me see if it works better against Oli chess. So we're getting some kind of strange Caro-Kann where the knight is on c6 instead of the pawn. Whom that favors? It's hard to say. Probably white slightly, but there are some advantages to having the knight on c6. For instance, it's pressuring e5, so you can go like f6 pretty early on. So this is what Nepomniachtchi did as well, I think. And I did queen d7, I'm going to try something else. This time, I don't know, bishop e7. Point is I want to go g5, yeah. And just gain some space over there. I'm usually gonna castle queenside in such positions, I think, and sometimes also tuck the king over on d7. So I'm not that worried about weakening the king side. It's more about gaining space and potentially undermine e5 at some point. So he goes h3, which is reasonable. Now I go h5. Not threatening g4 yet, obviously because of the pin on the h file with the rooks. Or, yeah, I don't know if you call that a pin. That was probably not correct. Okay, let me try f6. Not convinced by this setup at all. What I'm doing, ef6, I go bishop f6. Not to lose the pawn. It feels a bit loose. Queen d2, that's a very good move. Yeah. We're just gonna take e5. Yeah, the problem with queen d2 is that the knight cannot develop from b1 to its best square now. So maybe queen c1 would have been worth a try. I don't know, I'm just speculating. If not 95, I think I'm gonna go 95, d5, and then I want to go bishop g6, I think. And yeah, this knight on c6 is a bit of a problem piece, so I'm kind of happy to have exchanged it. And now after bishop g6, I'm preparing knight h6, which I'm gonna do now anyway. As I mentioned before, in some lines I can duck the king away on d7, so I'm not too worried about the check on g6. He can take the pawn on h5, but I do imagine that there will be some compensation there. It does take quite principled play, and quite correct as well, I think. g4, I'm giving up another pawn. Queen g4, then I'm going to take on e3, and then probably rook g8 with bishop h4 to come. Looks quite promising. If knight d2, I have several options. Probably I'm just going to take on h3 actually. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, if rook takes, that's what I was sort of hoping for. Now I get queen h8, and I'm hitting both e5 and h3. I'm realizing now that he has queen b5 though. Probably should have castled first, and then I probably couldn't really take an h3 or e5, so I would have to do something like a6, but then he would have won a crucial tempo. Now I'm going a6 after castles, and now I think I'm pretty happy. Queen f1. Guess I'm taking. No, I don't. Takes. Queen e5. e4. Not so sure about it. Okay, I'm just gonna play positionally now. b6, king b7. And it feels like sort of at least half reasonable compensation for the pawn with his strong knight and his weaknesses. On the king side, and as friends of the show will know, I'm no stranger to flagging either, if it comes to that. But no, I'm very happy to see his last two moves, f4 and bishop f2. Queen h6 is very strong. Attacking f4, now that he moved the bishop, I get rook g3. Now I think, let me see, rook e3, bishop c5, knight f1, knight e3, queen h3, king d2. There's nothing decisive there. Bishop h4 looks very, very good. Now rook e3 is a threat because of the attack by the bishop, and knight f3, then rook f3 followed by bishop e1 wins a piece and decides the game. Okay, good stuff. But my opponent so far is they're giving me serious fights. Don't know if that's because I'm not playing too well or because they're getting better, or who knows. But anyway, it's resulting in kind of interesting games. So I'm trying Mr. Dodgy this time, and he certainly plays this in order to run into h5, which I tried yesterday against Dig. I would say with sort of mixed success, because the position I got from the opening wasn't too bad, but my subsequent play was pretty bad. So now he gives me a chance to show one of the main points, or I don't know, only points of the line. He's playing quickly though. Has he really done his homework? That seems hard to imagine. So at least now it feels like there's some point to my play. I've gained some space, and yeah, I don't know about the end. Okay, queen b6. Let me try this. It's time after a million pawn moves in a row to actually move a piece. And now that's going to be the queen. But it doesn't look too bad for me. Bishop a6 is the threat. And I can always like castle queen side or not castle at all, and the space that I've gained should not be like discounted out of hand, I think. So d5, this looks a bit dodgy, I would say. Bishop a6 now, knight d3, I'm going knight f6. Ooh, knight d3, there's queen b5. I missed that initially. Maybe he's just losing. That would be cruel and unusual punishment. Ah, no, he's not. Oh yeah, d6, I can actually take on d3 maybe. Yeah, I think I can take on d3. You should have taken on e6 first, and no, that still doesn't work. I thought he would have this trick of e6, fe6, c4. I can actually just take fe6. I just realized. Because c4, for some reason I thought there was queen c4 knight e5, and I cannot take because of mate and d7, but obviously queen f1 is going to be the mother of all checks. Like, it doesn't get more checky than right next to the king with the queen with no escape route. So I think we can just conclude that I got a winning position. I got a winning position after probably 10 moves in this line. Show that to the haters, huh? Yeah, but seriously though, h5 is not a great move, but I just wanted to show that it's not as pointless as it seemed yesterday. So he quite correctly gives up the exchange, but there shouldn't be a truckload of hope here. Yeah, knight d3, I'm gonna go c4, knight b4, d5, just gaining space, king d7, yeah, let me try. Yeah, not even any need for that. Rook d1, I'm going to rook hc8, protecting everything. Knight a6, I'm going to go knight f5. a5, knight f5. Should just be pretty straightforward conversion here. a4, loosening up the knight on b5. Next I want to go rook b8, rook e1, probably rook a6, just covering. Rook b8 now. e5 was the threat, but now I think I'm winning a piece regardless. Takes, then I take, and if knight c2, there's rook b2 with a decisive pin, and otherwise there's no way to save the knight. So, good game, I would say. Pretty happy with that one. Okay, let me just get the big guys out of the way. This is Zlatan, Laurent Fressinet, Mr. Too weak, too slow, Mr. Just 24 French or France. How do you say it? French? Yeah, whatever. He's the boss of Just 24 France. We have a bunch of great content if you do speak French. If you don't speak French, I would not recommend it though. So he goes d4. He doesn't want me to show all of my prep in the other lines. Okay, let me play French style. Bishop f5. Although I'm just gonna go like this. I'm gonna go knight bishop c8 back, lose through tempi, and then dare him to beat me. That's what I'm gonna do. And I think showing just quite appropriate amount of respect. So he immediately goes for something pretty dull. He's still better, of course. Okay, I'm gonna go c5. Trying to alleviate some of the structural problems on the queen side immediately. Yeah, for those who missed the joke about bishop f5 being French line, it's because that happened in the game, in the invitational between Ding and Maxime Vachier-Pegrave, everybody's favorite French player, or some people's favorite French player, in the Armageddon game. Maxime lost pretty badly. Should I go c4 or cd? Yeah, I guess I gotta go cd. Keep some pieces on the board. Okay, this is very suspicious what I'm doing. Bishop c7, I have to go queen e8, knight b6, rook a7, but it doesn't seem to lose immediately. And as long as there's no immediate loss, then I'm always pretty optimistic against these French guys. Knight b6, yeah. So as I said, rook a7. If knight c5, bishop b5, and long term, the situation is not hopeless. Like I've got some potential, seeing as I have an extra central pawn, and his pawn on d4 could be weak. So here, for some reason, I was imagining rook takes c7, rook c7, queen b8, but he just has rook c3 or whatever, and I thought for some reason that I was attacking b6 twice, which I'm clearly not. So I gotta do something else. And what else? Okay, I'm gonna go a5. Trying to secure the square on b4, which seems desirable positionally. And I was really hoping he was going to do this. Now he's going to suffer. Now I gotta. He could have gone queen b6 and he would have been winning probably. But I was really just hoping for this trap. Now I got. Yeah, now I got this wonderfully solid position. And I blunder into this, huh? Okay, shouldn't count these French chickens before they hatch, huh? But I was just gonna say that this is such a nice and solid position for black, and I think practically speaking, I'm doing pretty well. So I'm just gonna move around a bit. Nothing too bad can happen here, and then eventually set about trying to trick him. Okay, now. Trying to get rook c8, if bishop a6, I got knight f5, hitting d4, now rook c3, Rook c2, knight e4 is coming. Queen d8. What are you doing, Frenchie? This is no good. Just go rook f3. Take, d5. I would have had takes and then rook d3. No worries whatsoever. Now bishop d6, attacking g3. Yeah, he does get this pawn, but now I feel like I'm running. Just gotta not get flagged up. He's worse than time, and he's, as the saying goes, in addition to being weak, he's also kind of slow. Oh, he has king f2. Oh, and I don't even have bishop g3. Okay. I need to actually take this kind of seriously now. Okay, now he blundered into this, so no worries. And yeah, king d6, queen e4. Nah, really, I'm not even gonna try and find the mate because I'm not gonna be able to, but obviously it's gonna be made pretty soon. And this situation, okay. So if your name is Magnus, bad player, and you're not even premium, you're not gonna get a game. Sorry. Okay. Let me try this one. Dutch player. And a 5-minute game. Okay. Knight f6. Trying some of my new favorites. Oh, knight c3. That's interesting. Yeah, such a line does exist, but I don't think it's particularly dangerous. Knight c6. Now I have got an extra central pawn, so positionally I'm doing quite okay. Probably gonna go bishop b5. But now I got 2 extra central pawns. But yeah, it's nothing special. He's got a solid position without weaknesses, and you can go c4 now. So no major worries. So I'm gonna go queen b6. If bishop d6, I have rook d8, and then he does have queen f4. But I felt like if I do take on d6 a few times, if he takes on g4, it doesn't matter. I'm taking on b2 regardless, and it's all good. Yeah, so I missed knight e5. That was a good move. Now this is all very, very equalish. Rook. Problem with rook e8. Sorry, rook d8 is that he goes rook fe1, bishop f6, knight f7 maybe. I don't want to change on e5 on his terms, but I might not have a choice. Can go rook a d8. Yeah, maybe rook a d8. I feel like it's going to depend very much here on whether he can go c4 pretty soon with impunity. If he can do that, then he's going to equalize, and otherwise I'm going to be slightly better if he cannot, because my pawn structure is more compact. Is it more compact? I don't know. No, I'm not really a compactness guy, but the pawn structure is slightly better. Now I think it's definitely slightly better, since now c2 is a bit of a target. So I'm gonna I'm gonna double the rooks, move the queen away, and try to sit on those weak squares. Yeah, I would just play queen c3. If it takes, then rook b3 is a threat because of the pin on the c file, and I just win a pawn with much better position. Now, yeah, rook b. Yeah, let me just go rook a3. If rook b1, I'm going b6. If rook b4, I think I'm just going to bring the king around, and I've got an extra pawn, as well as the much better position as he has, I would say, 3 weak pawns on c2, d4, and a4. And also my rooks are much more active. It's just a lot of positional advantages at this point. Invading with the rooks, he still doesn't have a decent rook move. If rook b3, there is rook c4, winning one of those pawns since a4 cannot be defended anymore. But regardless of what it does, also rook h1 is a huge threat now, winning at least one pawn, since h2 cannot be defended. Well, h2 can be defended, but then g3 is going to hang. So king f2 is decent, but now I got rook a2, and pawn on c2 is just falling, and my opponent resigns. So good play, but eventually a bit too passive, and I can just play on technique, which I love. Okay, let me try Hobbyspieler. It's probably not a professional player, I guess from the name. Let me try the Dutch. Ooh, knight c3, that's a bit annoying. Bishop g5. Seems a bit strange hitting into air. Is the point to provoke h6? Never mind, I'm just going to go bishop knight f6 and let him take. And we got a sort of reversed Rossolimo Sicilian. That's what I would call it. Like, I don't know. It's not actually reversed, it's just mirrored? I don't know. Once again, those terms are utterly confusing me. So this is also a theme pretty familiar from the Rossolimo, the queen side in that case, or the king side in this case, is going to be pretty locked down, and it's really hard to break through. Bishop b5, this move I'm not convinced about at all. I think I'm going to be very happy just to go b5 and then knight a5. Queen c6 maybe. Yeah, if we talk about the sort of reversed situation again, I think let's say, imagine you go h6, g5 as black against the bishop on g2, on h2. I think you're very happy. So I think that's got to be pretty good for black. Takes it. I'm gonna take with the p pawn eventually. Try and bring the rooks into the. Maybe I'm just walking the king the wrong way. Should have walked the other way, like my boy Ding would have done. Yeah, he has got the right idea. Also, I'm really bothered by the fact that bishop d6 at any point just drops the d5 pawn. Okay, I'm going to go bishop h6 instead. Rook d1. This guy's playing pretty well. He's clearly a positional player and quite enjoys these close positions. Okay, I'll try queen d6 at least. I'm hinting at both stopping d3 and also stopping king. Yeah, but I'm allowing this. Okay, now I'm going to try and play concretely. I don't know if it works at all, but I'm just tired of these close positions where I'm not getting anywhere. Queen f4, e4, rook e4. So you should have gone g3 first, I think, just to be safe. Now e4, no, I'm just getting that pawn. Yeah, it's not like super clear still. Should I keep? Okay, I should try and play, make the game complicated. I think now I just blundered. He missed h4. But probably g5 was a good move. Now I'd take an f2 and then queen f4 after king c1 is going to be mate. Queen f4. He's hemmed in by some rooks. Yeah, my opponent played really well as long as the game was closed, and then yeah, once it opens up, it's it can be a lot of then it can be very, very difficult against strong players. Okay, let me try dynamic Mike. Don't think I played dynamic Mike before. Not expecting boring play in this game. And let me see. I'm just go knight c3. See what line he chooses. I'm gonna go for some version of the Grand Prix attack, but I don't know which quite yet. Okay. Yeah, it's gone d6, so here the Grand Prix attack is a lot more playable than it is when black has not gone d6 and can go d5 in one go. And what my opponent does is a very good setup. Yeah, knight d4 is also an excellent move. I want to go f5. Just I feel like I have at least some. Oh, I think he should have gone cd4 and then d5 later on. So I gotta say, like, on one hand it's my stream and I can do whatever I want, but I feel like I have at least some obligation to try and play well. So wasn't gonna sack the rook for no reason after all. Bishop c3, that's a really poor move. Dude, you played g6 and then e6, weakening a bunch of dark squares. You cannot just give up the dark square bishop after that. You gotta keep that bishop. That one. And now he's trying to make up for it by playing dynamically. But yeah, I don't want to go bishop b5 and help him with this development, even though it went to pawn. c4, I'm gonna go dc. Now I'm gonna go bishop a4. Bishop d7, there's rook d1. I can still go knight c6, but I'm just going to take that and then go bishop e3. And as they say, the opposite colored bishops usually favor the attacker when there are queens on the board. And here, most certainly, his dark squares are pretty weak, I would say, terminally weak. And this bishop on d7 is quite awful. So now I'm just going bishop c5, rook d4, I guess, or rook d6 is probably a bit more forceful. If rook d8, then I got rook e6, fe6, queen e6. With mate on the next move, queen e7 is the only move there. So he probably has to go something like queen e7 here instead. Rook e6 is a huge threat. Yeah, so he allows it. King d7 though, that would have been the only move, not to get mated immediately. But after rook e7, we would have lost the queen for a rook and the game. Okay, finally a pretty quick one. Okay. Emre Hasgurec. I feel like I know that name from somewhere. But in any event, we got ourselves a new 5-minute game. And oh, it goes e4. That's interesting. And then e3. Isn't that a bit too much in this case? I don't know. There's a famous Morphy game with, but I think that's e45, knight c3, knight f6, f4, d5, ed5, e4, d3, bishop e4, bishop d2, then e3. Basically in that game, his opponent played pretty horribly and lost very quickly, as did frankly a lot of Morpheus opponents. Don't know why I'm trying to get hate from Morpheists as well as I don't know, Petrocellists the other day and so on, but facts are facts. Doesn't mean that Morphy wasn't good though. So my opponent is trying the quite unusual sack 2 pawns, then exchange queens gambit. I wouldn't recommend it. That's all I can say. So I'm just gonna go h3, castle queen side. I got 2 extra pawns and a rock solid position. So I feel like very little could go wrong at this point. Bishop c5. I played like a few elephant gambits in my life where you go e4, e5, knight f3, d5, and this looks like an elephant gambit gone seriously wrong. Bishop d3 now. Knight e5. Yeah, why not? I just wanted to take on c3 and bc, and I just got this amazing pawn chain. And if you talk about controlling the center, I don't think you can control the center a lot more with pawns that I'm doing right now. It's going to go around with the knight to b6. There's a line bishop c2. Should win the game. A little tactic, knight d7, and then. Oh, yeah, I could have gone knight e5. I was thinking of going bishop a4, but he would have had to check on d3 there. So I would have just taken f5, but then, of course, my center improves even more. Okay. Better call Magnus. That's funny. From another Turkish player. Interesting. So now we got the 3-minute game. A little bit faster. Let's see what my opponent's got in mind. Is he gonna continue the theme match with bishop b5? He knows what's coming. Nah, he's not. That's really boring. Okay, you gotta play my main stuff. I didn't play most of them. Oh, at least all of my main openings in the preliminaries of the invitational, so I gotta use these ideas somewhere, right? So we got ourselves a normal Sveshnikov. Yeah, pretty solid for white, and in practice it's pretty drawish, but obviously hoping I can somehow beat this guy. This often happens with these lines that have been analyzed so much that after a while you come up with a bunch of ways to make a draw, and the intrigue sort of goes away. G3 is an interesting move. Usually you would want to go bishop g5. Then I'm walking into h4, but yeah, so I can go bishop h6. Okay, a5, that's the typical way, gaining some space and also preparing knight e7 not to run into knight. Yeah, so now I'm just going to take this. And now I've got good control over the d5 square. I've got b4 coming at some point. So really the only small issue that I have is that d6 is a little bit weak, but usually that can be dealt with. I don't know about h6. That's probably showing a complete lack of understanding, seeing as I'm somewhat weakening the f5 square, since that cannot not be challenged by g6 so easily. Okay, let me try and make up for it by showing what I hope is more understanding, bringing the knight around to f6, which is hopefully a better square, and anticipating that he was going to go f4, obviously. Oh, this is not a good move. Positionally speaking, that looks really ugly. So he's taking away the pressure on d5, and he's also giving me a passer. I don't know about e4. I could also go ef4 and it would have been better, but I felt like trying to complicate the game a bit more. Or yeah, right as I'm saying that, I'm transferring into a better endgame. So it just goes to show once again, never believe what I say. It's all nonsense. Okay, rook b2. He's Second rank feels quite weak now. Rook A8. It could. What am I doing? Just playing way too casually. That was dumb. That was really, really dumb. I can go knight e4, rook c3, and then rook d3, and I will have an extra pawn in the rook ending, but I don't want to do that. I want to go for this instead. Yeah, now I don't have an extra pawn, but at the very least, I'm hoping that my knight is going to be better than his bishop. But I gotta speed up. Could have been a nice positional game, and now it could end up just being an ugly fighting game instead. Such a shame, huh? But yeah, his dark squares are a bit weak, and knight e3, rook c3, there's knight d1, I'm winning a pawn. Not necessarily the game still, but chances are increasing, of course. h4, I'm gonna go knight e4, king f4, and his king is a bit out of play. This one I just take. Now I'm 2 pawns up, and completely winning. Yeah, whatever, king e3, or yeah, just king e5, and I'll push the other pawn. And my opponent is running out of both time and position, as it usually happens. But nevertheless, not a bad game, and he certainly... yeah, I'm gonna try this one. Well, this is a guy who went to school the year. He's 1 year older than me, so I think he quit after the first year. He was pretty good, but I don't think he has played a whole lot of chess since. Oh, a6. He knows all his tricks, huh? I think, yeah. So this g3 stuff is what Alireza did against me with some success at the Banter Blitz Cup. So who am I if I cannot try and learn from the best? Yeah, let me go h4, just as a principle. When your opponent has gone h6, then you try and go, sorry, g6, you try and go h4, because supposedly that's what the people want. Bishop e3, b4. I think I can go knight e2, bishop b2, rook b1. Oh, you can go away, and then would have had queen a5, hitting the bishop on c5. Yeah, e6, pretty reasonable. I'm gonna go knight e2, and whenever he goes, I was gonna say whenever he goes knight f6, I was gonna go h6 and hope for the best. So, but I think after knight e7, I'm gonna go bishop h6. And, yeah, at least that's what people usually do in those lines. Now after bishop g7, I think h6 is pretty strong, and there's really no other square for the bishop, so he's got to trade. Okay, now I'm changing gears. Now that I can force him to take fg, I feel like the queen trade is pretty good for me. And now going e5. D, I think knight e4 would have been pretty good, and now I think his position is still fine, but because of the slightly weakened pawn structure, he has to be a little bit careful. Okay, king d2. I think he's still fine. He's got to worry about time at some point. This one I'm not convinced about. Take. Do I go a4, b4, a5? convinced. Okay, let me go knight g4 instead. Knight g8, preventing knight f6. I'm going to go knight h2 to f3. If knight f5, I'm going to rook h3, protecting the pawn and trying to get knight f6 next. Rook to c8, quite logical. Yeah, he's playing pretty well. Bishop s3. His point was he was threatening h5, followed by knight e3, hitting the bishop on g2. So I'm preventing that. Knight e3, I can go c3 though. Still nothing special. He just goes back. Probably knight f5 or something. I'm actually not really threatening cd4 because of knight f5. Ooh, this works as well, huh? Takes d4, hitting the bishop on f3, king f2, cb, rook b1, rook c2, bishop e2, rook c8. Looks very dangerous. But I can just take back. It's okay. Probably still has to retreat the knight, like knight f5. Rook h1, and now g4 is a threat. a5 is too slow. Now I'm crashing through. Rook h7. Take it. Bishop g4. And I'm completely dominating. Bishop c6 drops a rook to rook h8 and then rook c8. So that's going to be the ball game. Okay, very decent fight though. And shout out to Mats, who's playing some chess again. I thought he quit a long time ago, but he's playing a bit again. So good to see you. Okay. Let me see, what do I have? Okay, we got ourselves an FM. Dieu French FM. Don't think I played this person before. Okay, let me try this. Actually, like after bishop c5, queen h5 is a perfectly playable line. Just using the fact that the bishop on c5 is a bit loose. Yeah, perfectly playable. It's playable. It's not insane. Like it's not a lot worse for whites. That's how I define it. Or at least that's how I remember it. Maybe with modern engines, that you could work out that black is a bunch better. Okay, so what's the deal here? It's fe5, g6. Yeah, I think that's the way. Queen e2, g6, queen e2. That's the line. Knight e5, c3. Oh, he goes d6. Yeah, this is not a bad line. Obviously, or maybe this is kind of a dumb move order that he's playing. Because I do feel like, in general, with such a development advantage, he cannot be doing poorly, but okay, maybe I'm messing up. Bishop c4 is a bit too loose. Not the French city, but just too loose. G6. Sort of wanted to go queen d5, but then he goes queen e7, threatening all sorts of unpleasantness. Ugh, it's ugly. And if like queen h4, he goes bishop g1. That's a huge problem. Rook g1, queen d4 with a double attack. Then I can go bishop f7, king f7, rook f1 check, and try and develop with d3. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I will get a couple of central pawns for the piece, and maybe, yeah, some long-term prospects against this king. It's not the worst. It's not the worst idea I've ever had. Okay, now knight f6 feels a bit slow. Now if we can get bishop f4, we'll be pretty happy. I think if he goes knight, yeah, knight f6 was bad. Knight is also a bit loose. Oh, maybe I'm talking way too soon. And he's got knight g4. Okay, I should just shut up. Stop voicing my stupid opinions. Okay, he just blundered. He just blundered queen f6. He's just way off his game. That's a shame. Queen f4, I guess. Yeah. Okay, that is embarrassing. That is really embarrassing. I just blundered full rook. Oof. Oof. I don't know why he's going bishop b2. That's bishop is not escaping. Bishop g3, hitting e5 still. So I'm still better here, miraculously, but I mean, just blundering a full rook like that. Shame. Rook d1. I don't want to give up d3, I think. So yeah, king b2, rook d3 was his point. Yeah, now he's just grasping at straws, I think. Okay, still knight e3, rook d2, there's knight f1. Okay, let me go rook e1. Rook d3, I'm going knight e5. And if knight g2, I would have gone rook e2, and then my point was either rook d3, knight e5, rook d3, hg, rook e5, rook g2. You can find out on there with rook e4 though. Or also knight f4, then I take e4, d4, and I get a very, very nice pawn mass in the center, and thus a pretty winning position. Okay. So I'm guessing, yeah, this is Ender Essen. This is probably a relative of Grandmaster Boris Essen, a name that sounds very good in Norwegian. Okay, 1d4. What am I going to do? Knight f6. c3. That is a bit dull, huh? Why did we go c3 for no reason? Okay, I'm gonna go d6. Yeah, he's gonna serve me a London system tonight. Oh, he doesn't go h3. Then I'm gonna go on h4. And I'm gonna be pretty happy. And he castles. I'm gonna try the caveman attack. And I feel like the center is so close that I can get away with this. And at any moment I can just change my mind and go for something along the lines of yeah, I was gonna say g6, but I can't do that anymore. So one bridge has been burned. Knight d2. I'm gonna go a6. I should have done that last move just on principle, not to allow the exchange of bishops. f4, h4. I feel like he's not quite ready here for full scale opening of the position. F5 is interesting. I'm such a chicken. I'm just gonna go E5. Keeping the position close. I just want to win on class, not on some random tactics. And that's obviously why I'm going H5, H4 in every game. Okay. Now he must have missed G4, and now he's really in a lot of trouble. And here, I've been doing my tactics frenzy recently, so I know a mate. I see it, or that's not correct. But I can give these little mates. So bishop E3, queen E3, rook H1, queen H4, queen H2. That's a very typical mate. H1, queen H4. So I think my opponent just got way too ambitious in this game and ended up costing him pretty bad. I'm just gonna accept this because of the username. I'm loving the mildly interested. Like, yeah, mildly interested. That's usually me. Let me go for something a bit weird. E3? I don't know about that. Maybe bishop E6 was a bit dumb. Okay, I guess I have to go for this. But I'm not loving it. Take, I'm gonna go B5 and then take E5. Very strange opening in this one. Gotta say. He should go A4 at some point. And knight D3, king E2, castle queenside. Yeah, it looks a bit loose, so we're gonna have to go for this. I was gonna say equal, but I think realistically more like slightly worse ending. And if you think that is a bit of a sad sort of conclusion to the opening phase against a much lower rated player, then I absolutely agree. It is a bit sad. But what can you do? Bishop C3 I'm not so sure about. Now knight E4, probably should go bishop E5, but then I feel like I'm kind of equalizing. Maybe not. Okay, let me just castle. Knight F7, rook D2, then yeah, king F3, I can go take on F2, so I'm not losing any material there. Now I'm gonna go F6. It's not super desirable, positionally speaking. I think after knight D3 is still a bit better. But yeah, this one is also reasonable. Rook D6. As the saying goes, if he takes, I'll take. And then we'll continue. Play, I want to go king B7. Yeah, would have done that regardless of what he'd done, but he's gotta put his pawns into motion at some point, and he's listening. I want to go C5. Let me try knight E4. That is so dumb. I mean, that is just disgusting. That is terrible chess. You really shouldn't play like this. My point was f3, I'm gonna go knight f3, knight g3, king f2, knight f5, e4, then try something like rook d8, but this is just no good. c5, okay, c5, I think I was running into f3 there as well. b3 I don't understand the point of. Now I'm going c5, since now I could actually answer f3 with knight g3 and would be doing pretty well. b4, I think, trying to put knight in c3. Rook d7 first. Gotta keep my tongue right in my mouth, as we say in Norwegian. Do I have a little trick? Knight d1, take e3. I could just go rook e7 first though. And gobble up a very tasty pawn. c4, take back, not worried about the fork on d5 because I'm getting his rook back. On d2, rook d6, I'm gonna go king b5. Take, I gotta play fast. That's the only, or at least somewhat fast. Okay, running away with the king. Trying to get to a3, gobble up another pawn. Okay, just changing these knights. Rook b5. He's getting some kind of play, but I think I'm way ahead. Okay, this one I'm gonna take. And now he's also a lot worse on time. Okay, I think I'm gonna do 2 more games and then I'm off. Oh, that's another Turkish player. Wow. It's just trying to accept a challenge from a highly rated player, or a high rated player that I haven't played before. Okay. e4, c5, knight c6. This is probably going to go for another Sveshnikov. And let me see if I can do it correctly this time. Castles again, knight c2, rook b8. Just playing my main stuff, you know? No more nonsense. I'm done with that. Okay, bishop g5, a5. Oh, bishop g4, that's the point, huh? Is it that? Now I'm going knight e7 next. Played it so quickly and so confidently. Not sure it was very good. Knight e7, I'm pretty happy. I will soon have pretty good control over the d5 square. And in case he goes knight e3, then I take it. You cannot do that because e4 will be hanging. So he goes for something more quiet. It's still bishop f3. There isn't much to talk about here. Now I'm going to try and show better understanding than I did in the last game and go g6 instead of. Okay, so I don't really want to trade there. I feel like that would be a bit too soft. But obviously still, when he gets his knight to d5, he's completely fine. But didn't feel like I had much fatigue. HG, bishop e6, queen d2. No, don't want to do that. So Okay, now I'm gonna take. Now I've got this very nice pawn on e5. Yeah, you guys, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't let me get this nice pawn on e5. But I think this attack is really nothing. Rook c2. Bishop e4, I'm just going to take on b2. If he defends, then I got queen c5, and I don't see his attack over there at all. f5, e4 next probably. Then bishop d4 might be coming. Okay, so I'm gonna go e4, bishop e2, f4 I guess. He's just got, by the way, if you're going rook, bishop d1, I would have gone f4 anyway. But he's just getting run over here. You just, in this position, you really shouldn't let me exchange on d5 ever. It's quite instructive what happens. Like usually, black just gets an attack for free. The pawns with f5 and so on just run. And now I got to open the queen side as well, so that was pretty bad. Okay, last one. Okay, we got ourselves an IM. Don't think I've played Nicolas Teodoro. Don't think I've played Kriari before. Okay, there we go, 1e4. Yeah, looking for another challenge in case it's not here. Okay, there we go. One knight c6. That's funny. I'm gonna go knight f3. D6. He doesn't go for this d5 that I played against him. Okay, cool. Bishop e3, I guess. Queen d2, and then bishop g4. Let me go knight g1 just for fun. h3 and then knight f3. So he's got bishop d7 for free. Not sure I'm loving that. Okay, I'm gonna take. I'm such a chicken. Or am I? Why did I castle? I played this so badly. Trying to be clever, and I'm not being clever at all. I've been dumb, not clever. Okay, now I'm scared. Gonna exchange everything. Obviously there's not a whole lot to work with in this ending, and this h3 move is really, really dumb because I don't want to play f3. I would want to play f3, but I don't want to do it now since that will go to h5, so I'm gonna go g4 first, just in order to go f3, but yeah, I'm not loving it. b5. Okay, yeah, I guess that's very reasonable. f3. And I said in one of the previous games I'm gonna try to win on class, but I mean realistically I'm nothing. And I know talking about class makes me sound extremely pretentious, but I cannot pretend to be something I'm not. So, ooh, yeah, I didn't see that. I was just thinking whenever he goes bishop c5, I can take on h6, but yeah, okay, sure. F2 was hanging. That was the point. Can I go knight d3? Let me try knight d3 as a matter of fact. Nope, shouldn't have done that. Ugh. Ugh. This is so yucky. Okay, I'm gonna have to try and fight hard to save the game. Oof, oof, oof. This is not good. King e3. I'm 2 pawns down. I'm gonna win one of them back. g5 now. Take. And then I'm gonna have knight d7. Or if he goes bishop g3, h3, I'm gonna have knight d3. But I was down worse. And he's starting to play a bit slowly, which is good. It takes now finally, something he might have as well have done long before. Okay, so now knight, do I go to c4 or f4? f4 just feels more logical. It's really hard for him to prove anything here, since my pieces are pretty active. He takes. Okay. Gonna take it. Oh, can I just win the pawn ending now? Take. Let me see. Takes. King c3, king f7, king c4, king e7, king c5, king d7, e5, king c7. No. That didn't work. Okay, so I'm gonna have to flag him. That's a bit of a dirty thing to do, obviously, and in these Banter Blitz sessions that are supposed to be fun and games for everybody, but I feel like I've already earned a reputation as a flagger at this point, so I'm just going to continue to do that. It's just the way I am. Like, I won a game in this session, and you would think that I could be nice and get a draw, but no, just not a nice guy. Okay, guys, that's it for now. Some interesting games today. Certainly be back during Banter Blitz. Not in too long a time, I hope. And we've got, in the meantime, of course, we got an interesting match today. Karan and Nakamura. It's going to be awesome. And I'm playing Ding tomorrow. It's going to be really, really tough. I would say probably, like, I haven't felt like less of a favorite in a match probably in about 10 years, but I think I gotta be, if I'm on my game, I can still do it. So I'm pretty optimistic still, but it's a huge challenge, and hope you guys will have a lot of enjoyment on Saturday and Sunday as well as today. And as usual, stay safe and